It is fairly new, right? So it was spectrum that was made available, by the U.S. government within the last 12 months, right? So it was in an elongated trial phase. I mean, we've seen just a tremendous amount of interest with this. Anything that's connectivity related is generally going to get the focus of the CIOs or the IT department. But no, I think it's going to take off sooner rather than later. I think you're going to see it more, what I call kind of upstream in some of these larger, more, either densely packed areas, whether it be some of these large venues, right? Because there's an immediate use for that.
Right.
Or certainly in things like precision or smart manufacturing, the not so much, I don't see it as a Wi-Fi replacement. I actually see it as more complementary, and that's kind of a raging debate here in the industry. But what it can do is it's much better at providing mobility, right? Because it's a traditional wireless technology. So it inherently supports mobility in a robust, high bandwidth indoor type of environment. And then it also gives you the ability to do what we call network slicing, right? So you have a pretty extensive way to do different levels of service, right? So you can give a different priority of service to an automated machine on the factory floor versus someone using it for standard data internet access versus somebody that's running a security camera, right? So the ability to slice and dice these networks, given the amount of bandwidth possible, is really what has us excited and why we've built our platform to be software flexible, but then also robust enough that it covers the full CBRS band, right? So this isn't like taking another version of a Wi-Fi hotspot and putting it on the wall. Nothing wrong with that. There's certainly applications where you would want to have more of an access point style deployment, but really our focus has been more on the upmarket side. And as with any new technology turn, it's going to take a while. Mm-hmm. But the interest here, I've seen more interest. I mean, in the 20 years that I've been in the industry, I've seen more interest broadly on private wireless than probably any other technology, certainly since the launch of LTE back in 2010. So it's definitely the largest thing that I've seen in terms of how broad the interest is, right? I mean, 5G is obviously this enormous thing that's out there. This CBRS, private wireless is something that can just be taken advantage of in very unique ways. And again, I think it's the ability to own these networks on the enterprise side you've never really had that before, right? You've had Wi-Fi, but it's never really been a true standards-based wireless network. And it's just a different animal. And a lot of this is just how we operate, right? So we're a privately held company. We take a very long-term view of things. Mm-hmm. So we started on this software-based path, not just because one customer asked for it or we saw a couple of use cases that were interesting. I mean, we saw this as the future of a variety of different platforms. It could be carrier networks. It could be some of these large in-building networks. It could be these private wireless networks. But the one common thing was we needed to evolve into something that was software-based, right? And something that was open, where we can embrace different types of technology. And quite honestly, we're not shy about, working with, any option out there. If a customer says, hey, look, I like your software-based baseband, but you don't have the complementary radio that I need for this form factor or to be able to broadcast outdoors, we're 100% open, right? With working with the industry on, really solving the customer's problems. We don't pretend to have a solution for every single use case out there. We certainly have a flexible platform that can evolve to many of them, but in some cases it's about partnership as well. So we're partnering pretty broadly across the industry to make this happen.